All right, welcome to the second episode of the Plan B podcast with myself and my co-host, Miss Cockmonster. That's your new name. I think you've earned it.
Thanks, I'll take it.
So we've heard. Today I want to cover a few topics before we, get into answering questions or whatever. Everyone wants me to explain the dick hole trick. So I'll do my best. I don't know how well I can explain that without actually having someone demonstrate in a video, which I've tried to make happen, but it just hasn't worked out. A lot of questions about preparing for anal, so I figure we just make that a topic. And who better to ask than Cock Monster Anal Queen over here? And then
Oh my god, okay.
I want to cover consent. We actually shot the first episode a couple times, and it was talked about, but we scrapped that episode. And I do want to cover it because somebody pissed me off today. And yeah, we'll save that one for last. So, first I'm going to try to explain the dick hole trick, which is something that I don't want to say I invented it, but I invented it. So fuck you. And it was years ago, and it just really came about because of me sitting at home with a chick and just like bored and wanting to try something new and see what would happen. And it's not as self-explanatory as one would think. And basically what it is the gist of it is when a girl is sucking you off and you're about to come, you literally just wiggle your tongue right inside his dick hole right as he starts to come until he's finished. And it produces either an amazing orgasm for the guy, or it's too much. They're too sensitive and they can't handle it, and they'll like beg you to stop. You don't block the hole. You don't concentrate on keeping on jerking it. Like, just focus on wiggling your tongue right inside the dick hole, and just, basically cum's going to squirt everywhere. That's really the best I can explain it. I am working on trying to get somebody to demonstrate it on a cucumber for YouTube, just so, it's easier with a visual, I suppose. But that's really the best I can do to explain it. And I guess there was a lot of questions because, we talked about it towards the end of the last podcast. And you said you've never tried it, so we can just move on right from there. And best ways to prepare for anal. I know several, but you're a woman that takes it up her ass, so I'll leave this one to you.
Okay, for me, I don't really do a lot to prep. I know a lot of people will say, well, I've heard you say just don't eat all day if you're planning to have anal that night or whatever. Me personally, I can't do that because I love food too much. I just can't. And also, I have sex basically every day, and basically every time I have sex, I do anal. So it's just not practical for me to not eat or do an enema every day. I know enemas are really popular. So I don't really do either of those. I don't really prep for it. It's just another day. I think for me, because I just do it so much, there's no prepping because I do it every day. I don't really know if that makes sense. But I think the biggest issue I think women have is they're scared of shit dick. And I think as long as you've taken a shit recently, you're going to be okay. And even if you're not, your partner needs to understand, it's your asshole. And that may or may not happen the end of the day, like it's an asshole. So that's my advice is basically no advice and eat a lot of food.
And eat a lot of food. I think what I tell, the first thing I ask when somebody's like, how do I prepare for anal? I ask them what their concerns are. It's either the pain or shit dick. It's not usually both. And what I tell them is, if you're worried about the pain, I suggest you go out and buy a set of butt plugs. You can get a set of stainless steel butt plugs. They come in small, medium, and large. Start wearing them all day. And wear them to work, whatever. Gradually go up in size and be comfortable with having something in your ass. As far as shit dick is concerned, you can do a water enema. Don't do saline. You will shit yourself. Do water. Clean your lower intestine out, I guess. I'm not a scientist. I don't fucking know. And you know, more than likely will avoid that. I also say don't eat much the day of, but Cock Monster says fucking eat. Who cares?
I just can't stop. It's not going to happen.
I think aside from that, missionary, I think, is least painful, or on your side is what I've been told. But I think missionary is, you know, that's how I'll do it if somebody's like an anal virgin. But I think most.
Okay, hold on. Missionary. This might be a stupid question, but missionary. You're talking about like regular, like missionary, like guy on top, or like, because when I think of like normal anal, normally it's like
I'll push your legs
back,
back.
like doggy. Okay, yeah, I know. Okay,
I'll push your legs back, but a lot of women say, you know, doggy, you know, for first time for anal will be just because, I guess, the position of your body, and will tense your ass up. I don't fucking know. I've just found it easier to do it missionary. I find it easier to ease it in and just ease them into it. Like, I don't shove my dick in a girl's ass and just go to town. Like, she's never gonna let you fuck her in the ass again if you do that. I use 2 fingers. I stick my head in her fucking asshole and I slide it in. And I get it going a little bit first before I really, start tearing it up. But most women, when I do talk about this online, they will agree that either missionary or on your side. Actually, a lot of gay men have agreed with me too. So I tend to think that's probably pretty accurate.
I agree. I think on your side is really good. I tell a lot of people that too. If you're like you're a beginner, you're just now learning or getting into it, that's the best way, I think. And it was like a nurse or a doctor or something on my Snapchat commented like back saying that that's how they do a lot of like prostate examinations is like on their side. So I guess it's like, that's just like a really good angle to get in there.
Lovely. Well, I know if you look on an enema box, that it'll have the figure on its side. So there must be something to it. So I don't know. I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, it's anal sex. There's not much you can really do, and I think what you said earlier is very true. If a guy, I've had men write in and tell me how they berated a woman because they got shit on their dick. Like, get the fuck out of here, asshole. Like, you put your dick in an asshole, you're gonna cuss her out because you got shit on your dick. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. And trying to act tough and tell a story about it to me doesn't make me respect you. You sound stupid. I've had shit dick many times in my life. I go to the bathroom, I wash my dick, and I continue fucking.
Yep.
I
think another good thing too is for a girl is to relax. Number 1, you have to relax and you cannot tense up, and you just have to just free your body and your mind.
I'm glad you said that because it's something I never used to touch on, and I was about to forget to say it a few minutes ago. But yeah, you have to be relaxed. If you can relax yourself, I think you'll enjoy it much more. And when I say relax yourself, I mean from head to toe. Just relax and take that dick up your ass. I don't think there's really much more to say about it. Do you?
No, I don't think so. It's great. Just do it.
It's great.
And one more thing is don't worry like about if it's like real if like he has a big dick, because I guarantee you have taken shits bigger than his dick and you're gonna be fine.
All right, cock monster. This is why you have that name. I did want to say something in the beginning, and I forgot, and I'm going to say it now. Because I got questions saying, "Oh, did you fuck her after the podcast or before the podcast?" We live on different coasts. I am in a studio. She is in a studio. This is done remotely. So if there is any, discrepancies in the sound or whatever, it's because of that. So no, we did not have sex. She's 3,000 miles away. But I did want to make that clear because a couple people commented about that. Now, let's move on to consent, which we did cover, and we never aired it. But I'm going to cover it again because somebody pissed me off yesterday, actually, and it was actually a fucking lawyer. Some guy had messaged me and said, I'm going on a date with a girl, and she says she doesn't fuck on a first night. How can I fuck her on the first night? And I simply responded, and I said, have some drinks with her, and if you know the right things to say, she'll fuck you. The only people that say I don't fuck on a first date are girls that fuck on a first date, okay? I was visiting a friend this weekend, and he said he didn't say the same thing to me. He just told me that, I might be coming back here with a bitch, but she says she doesn't fuck on a first date. Well, guess what? He came back and fucked her on the first date. Now, when I made that comment, somebody messaged me, and two people messaged me and said, that's literally date rape. I think one said rape and the other said date rape.
What?
And I said, absolutely not. It's absolutely not either one of those. It's not. Like, get the fuck out of here. I will tell you, I have not been on many, quote, dates in my life. I really haven't. But the few that I have been on, we're absolutely out for drinks. We're out for drinks. And I guarantee you, majority of people that meet for dates are going out for drinks. I didn't say get the bitch fucking blacked out drunk. I didn't say, slip something in her fucking drink. I said go have drinks. Go have drinks. How do you equate that to fucking rape? Like, honestly. And it goes back to where the consent thing first started from the other, episode that we recorded, which was, what did the fucking bitch say to me? She was saying something about, okay, there was a post, and I said, some guy was like, oh, I was fucking this girl. She hit her head. She passed out, blah, blah, blah. And I jokingly said, all right, I kept fucking her. I run a satire account. So a lot of that shit is jokes. But at the same time, these people are coming to me saying, oh, that's rape. The second she's, unconscious, there's no more consent. You're having consensual sex right before she passed out. Why does the consent leave? I don't get it. This wasn't, I don't understand it. I know girls that want to pass out. They want to be choked till they pass out and fucked until they wake back up. That's not rape. Like, it's just not. And it just bugs the shit out of me that, I take consent very, very fucking seriously. And I make that known. And it pisses me off that people will take these tiny little bits and pieces and, want to scream rape. I don't play around with that shit. Like, I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. I think that if consent was given and you're in the middle of having sex and something happens to him, to her, whatever, the consent does not go away because it was there prior to anything happening. So it doesn't matter. As far as the whole drink situation and the dates, I think that's very common. I don't really go on dates either, but when I have, it is to drinks, and it's not like you're going to get drunk or he's trying to get you drunk. I mean, maybe he is, I don't know. But you have to, as a woman, be aware of what's happening. You know, if you allow yourself to get drunk, then that's on you. Like, you have the power to say, like, no, I'm cutting myself off, I'm done, like, this is enough. And I know a lot of women will probably get mad that I'm saying that, but you are an adult and you can decide when you've had enough or when you're going to stop drinking, because you need to take care of yourself.
I'm a huge fan of taking responsibility for your actions. And again, I didn't say get her blacked out drunk. You know, if you're going to drink, drink. It's not like I said, you know, feed her drinks and sit there and don't drink. Like, go out and have fucking drinks. Yeah, truth be told, you don't need to even have drinks. If you know what the fuck to say, you're good. But, you know, alcohol makes people carefree. It does. So I think that's a far cry from date rape. I didn't say anything about being incoherent or any shit like that, and it just bugs me that, you know, some people will try to jump on that any chance that they can get. It bugs the fuck out of me. You there?
Sorry. Yeah, no, I agree.
Are you looking at dick pics, cock monster?
No, sorry. I gotta learn to control myself. I'm like sitting here like, we're an adult, you have to take care of yourself, and I'm over here like, I don't even know what's going on.
Spacing out. Perfect. All right, so I guess that really covers what I wanted to cover this week. Anything you want to cover outside of these questions?
No, I think those were all good topics, and I think we covered them pretty well.
All right. We did have to throw this together within 24 hours this week just because life is crazy, but let's see what these people had to say. All right. First question was, do you only fuck subs, or will you fuck kinky bitches that aren't subs too? And would you ever let a woman take control and do whatever she wants? I don't just fuck subs. I don't have anything less than rough sex. I will say that. I do love rough sex, you know, whatever level it's on. I think one of the roughest sex that wasn't a sub-dom sex relationship, it was probably when I realized how much I really liked, I guess being a sadist would be technical. I was fucking this chick. I was fucking her in the ass, doggy, on a bed. And I don't remember if I was standing or kneeling behind her. I can't remember. But I pulled my dick out, and I don't know what came over me. I just pulled my dick out. I grabbed her by the back of her fucking hair, and I lifted her straight the fuck up, turned her around, smacked the shit out of her across the face. She fell and hit the bed, picked her back up, and shoved my dick right back up her ass and kept fucking her. And had it on videos. It's a great video, by the way. But I think that was a defining moment for me in this whole dom sub life. And would I ever let a woman take control and do whatever? Hell no. Fuck no. Abso-fucking-lutely not. No fucking way. So, there it is.
All right. What are your thoughts about being a slut and having friends that aren't about that life?
Yes, slut, tell us.
I think it's completely okay. To each their own. You know, not everything works for everybody. So no judgments. You know, if they're your friends, it doesn't matter what they're into or what they're not into. And if they're going to judge you or, you know, make fun of you or whatever, then they aren't your friends, bottom line, because your friends don't care about, you know, what you choose to do as far as your sex life. Like, they have no say. They should respect your decisions.
Absolutely. If somebody that calls you their friend judges you, that's not a friend. And you don't need people like that in your life. And I want to take it a step further, because you said being a slut. These names are fun in the bedroom or whatever. But at the end of the day, I feel like you're just doing what makes you happy. There's no need to label it. Just do you. Enjoy you. And answer to yourself, You can call yourself a slut. That's cool, too. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, like, it's not necessary. Don't label yourself.
I feel it's very necessary.
You do?
No. I mean, girls call each other that all the time. Like, me and my friends, like, bitch, slut, cunt, pussy. What else? I mean, I don't know. I think it's normal.
That's why I call women what I call them, because
well, y'all want girl to girl is normal.
You guys want, but you want equal rights or feminine, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, if you can call you and your friends sluts and bitches, then I can do the same goddamn thing. And
absolutely,
and I've
I'm
done that for years.
Okay with that.
Good, you slut bitch. I just think it's calling yourself a slut because you indulge in what pleases you, if you're using it in a derogatory sense, I think it's pointless and meaningless. How about that?
Yes, fair enough.
Thank you, slut. How do you fuck someone when you have a big cock and she says it hurts when it goes too deep? I would say go find a girl that likes big cock that goes too deep, because I can tell you there's a lot of them out there. They like that fucking pain. Some chicks just can't handle it. Yes, we know cock monster. I mean, do you ever find yourself in a situation where it just hurts too much?
No, I don't. I've never had to stop a guy ever, and I don't plan to. I think I get this question actually a lot, and my advice is always that you are with a girl and you need to find a woman.
I don't think that I've ever. I know it hurts, but they love that shit. I don't think I've ever come across one that was like, I can't handle it, you gotta stop. So I don't. And I've been with some tiny chicks where they're so tiny. Like, I get this one chick, she's 90 pounds, soaking wet.
90 pounds? Hold on. Don't just go past that like it's nothing.
She's tiny as fuck.
Oh my God, do you break her?
It hurts my dick to fuck her. And I know it hurts her. But the second I put my dick in her, I like fucking, like, I don't fuck her that much anymore. Like, she just started to get on my nerves. But I know that even though it hurts me, and I know that even though it hurts her, that, like, she comes instantly when I put my dick in her. Instantly. And then back to back to back. So I do like making women come. So I like it, and I don't like her. So, yeah. There. She's a tiny chick. What can I say? She's short and skinny as fuck. I don't know.
Is she listening?
Is what?
Is she listening?
Probably not. I would no.
Okay.
I highly doubt it. Then again, who knows with these crazy bitches?
All right. So, what are your opinions on virgins in their 20s? I'm ugly and lack confidence. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you.
I am. I'm sorry. That was just fucking hilarious. I'm laughing at that question. That was funny.
I think there's nothing wrong with being a virgin. It's a personal choice, and that's fine. it's not my choice, and it's not something that I would want to be a part of. And I'm not going to change your situation either. So, but as far as being ugly and lacking confidence, fake it till you make it. That's the best advice I can give you. Even false confidence is better than no confidence. You have to just walk around like you're at least happy with yourself. Like, don't walk around like you're the shit and you're like God's gift.
There's
But
a
at
fine
least
line.
be happy or content. At least, yeah, absolutely.
You
What
know,
about you? What do you think?
I would have said the same thing. And I know ugly dudes. I know fat dudes, fat and ugly dudes that get pussy. Like, if you know how to stimulate a woman's brain, you can stimulate her holes not too long afterwards. And as far as like, I get a lot of guys that'll ask me, I just don't have any confidence, blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, fake your confidence. And you know what? Fake your confidence, go to a bar, start talking to ugly bitches. Bitches that got no reason in the world for you to be talking to them. And build your confidence. Fake that shit, build that shit, and move forward. But walking around with the mind frame that I'm ugly and I have no confidence, motherfucker, change your outlook on life for real. Because you're your own worst enemy, I can tell you that.
Yeah, you're not gonna get anywhere with that kind of attitude in anything, not just about sex, just in anything. You have to be confident in who you are, or at least believe that you can do what you're trying to do. Otherwise, it's just you're never gonna get anywhere. You're literally just gonna sit around, a waste of space and a waste of time. Nobody wants that.
That being said, I feel like he's not. I feel like he's a virgin, and not because he wants to be. So since you're in your 20s, this is just personal opinion. Possibly look into a prostitute just to knock that one out. Definitely don't tell women you're the virgin over the age of 18. Oh, I know a
Yeah,
lot.
I
I know.
don't think women don't really like that. I would never take a guy's virginity ever. That's not something I would do. I think guys are more into like, oh, she's a virgin, I want to change that. I think that's more of a guy thing than a girl thing. So if you're a guy and you're a virgin, I would keep it to yourself. But if you're a girl, I guess maybe you can flaunt it about. I don't know.
No, I would say keep it to yourself if you're a woman as well. I took a lot of virginities in high school, a lot. You couldn't pay. Well, you could. Well, depend. We could talk money later, but you really couldn't pay me to fuck a virgin. No desire, because I think what where my brain goes. I'm gonna fuck you and you're gonna lose your mind, and I don't need a crazy clingy bitch. Bugging me.
Yeah. I
So for me,
I think that oh, go ahead.
no, go.
I was gonna say, I think that too. Like, if I think of taking someone's virginity, I think about that. But then I also think, like, they're not gonna know what they're doing, and I'm not an experiment.
Well, there's that too. I've for a man that probably plays a big part. I feel like I'm so in control during sex that I can pretty much make it pleasurable for myself with a woman, regardless of her experience. But for me, I don't want the clinginess. Like I do not want that shit. So anyway, do you ever have quickies, or is it always crazy intense sex? Um, I do have quickies from time to time. They're rare for me. If I'm fucking, it's usually an all night thing. The quickies, I do have some girls that will come into town for like, a night or two. And, either quickie in public or just a quickie around the house or whatever. I will definitely indulge in. I feel like quickies are more so like a relationship type of thing because you're with each other all the time. So yes, I do, but I prefer to have long, crazy, intense, fuck your holes sex.
I'm I agree for the most part. I think an intense sex session is definitely better than a quickie, but I do have quickies often. I actually had a quickie this morning before work, and that's usually like when it happens, just like real quick, and then I go to work, and then like that's a great day. That's a great way to start your day. So I'm like all for it, but not all the time. Like that's not all I want. Like I need more than just that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a time and place kind of thing, really. We don't have time, but we're in the right place.
All right. Is it common for women to have orgasms in their sleep? Um, I I don't think I've ever had that. If I did, I don't know. I've never heard of this, to be honest. And unless if we're are we talking about like a wet dream type
Yeah, yeah.
situation? Because oh, okay, because that's happened. I thought like you just like randomly like you're sleeping and you're like I don't know.
Like what? Like what? Wow, sex with you sounds
That's
amazing.
exactly how it sounds. I know. Don't you love it?
Oh yeah. Um,
Have you heard of that? I didn't even know.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I don't know if like they just wake up mid orgasm. I don't know the details. Um, but this chick that I know, she has them, and she's a grown woman. And I've talked about it before on Snapchat, and a lot of women actually do. And it's fucked up because I haven't had a fucking wet dream since I was like 15 years old. And you know what? Maybe I want a fucking wet dream. Like, for real. Maybe I want to go to bed and wake up busting a fucking nut like I used to when I was a kid. It's kind of fucked up. It's unfair. It's really interesting because to me it sounds like men got to enjoy that earlier in life and women are enjoying it later in life. It's also fucked
that's
up
what
because
I've
these
heard.
bitches can go to sleep and have an orgasm and you still can't find her fucking clit.
I love how passionate you are about the wet dream situation. Like, I feel like you lose sleep over it, and
Genuinely
maybe that's your
pissed.
problem.
I'm, just, I'm genuinely fucking pissed. It's so unfair. But yeah, it's a lot more common than one would think. I really don't. This question is weird because I'm assuming it means sexually. Opinions on belly punching. In a fight, they're good. Can knock the wind out of someone and punch them in the face. Um, I've never had a woman ask me to do this. I've had women ask me to punch them in the face and do all kinds of other shit to them. Never in the stomach. So I don't really have an opinion on it. When I'm fucking with chicks, if there's something that they want specifically, as long as it's within reason, I try to make it happen for them. So if one of my chicks asked me to do that, I would probably be willing to do it. And this came from a woman, and you're a sub, so do you want me to punch you in the stomach?
I'm, I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not gonna ask for it. Like, if the guy I'm with, like, is wanting to do that, then okay. But I'm not gonna be like, yes,
Isn't
like,
that interesting?
please, daddy, punch me.
I'm gonna punch you in the stomach.
But to be honest with you, I saw this question and I went on my lunch break at work. I went over to my coworker's house on lunch break, and we were literally over at her house watching porn on belly punching because I had
Because-
to make sure. I had to make sure that I could like confidently talk about this to make sure I knew like what it consisted of.
So what did you what is it? Just punching a bitch in the stomach?
And so yeah, that's what I did today.
I mean, explain to me what you
They
saw.
also have, well, it's literally like well, the ones that we were watching, like obviously the girl's like tied up, hands behind her back, like a gag or whatever, you know. And he's like fucking her and then just starts punching her in the stomach. And I don't know if this is considered like a sex toy, knowing this, but they have machines that will just punch you in the stomach like over and over.
Interesting. I had no idea that was a thing. I guess it's a lot cheaper than Plan B all the time.
Honestly, that's what I can't believe you said that, because that's what I was thinking when I first read it. I was like, is this like a cheap abortion type situation? What's happening?
I'm going to invent the first machine that'll throw you down the stairs. It was a fucking joke, people. Relax.
All right, now that we pissed everybody off.
All right, so tomorrow on your lunch break, here's one for you. Because the last time me and a group of friends were watching porn together, this is what it is. And if I didn't piss you off with my last comment, this is definitely going to piss you off. Tomorrow, watch fucking deaf people porn.
Oh my god, I almost
fucking
spit out my
amazing.
water.
It's fucking amazing. I don't know if maybe it's deaf and mute. I don't know, but it's fucking amazing.
Oh my god, I would never think to look at that.
I wouldn't either, but some chick told me to watch it one time, and I was like, holy shit, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. So now that everyone's pissed off, let's move along like that never happened.
Okay. I get boners. Why is boners in quotes?
Because it's a stupid fucking word. Who the fuck says boners? I had to put it in quotes.
I get boners from making out with chicks. Is there any way to control it so I don't seem too excited? I feel like that's you. I don't get boners. I wish I could.
I will say this. I, to this day, still let me rephrase this so I don't have to say boners. My dick still gets hard to this day making out with a chick. And it's immediate. Why would you want to not, so you don't seem so excited? I don't understand the rationale behind it. Unless you're actually ejaculating in your fucking pants from it. I don't see the issue. I just don't.
Yeah, as a woman, I think when a guy gets a boner just from kissing, I think that's so flattering. Like, that just makes a woman feel so, like, sexy and so wanted. Like, why would you not want that to happen?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
I can tell you the few dates I actually have been on, that's like one of the ways I used to close the fucking deal, is I would go in for a kiss and I would slide their hand right down on my hard ass dick. That sealed the deal every fucking time. So get that boner. It's all good.
Boners in quotes.
Fucking boners, Jesus. All right. I don't even know why I added this one in. I know I added it in because some bitch was tickling me a month ago, and I was like, are you ticklish? I can be, unfortunately. I should have never told anybody that. But yeah, how about you? Are you ticklish?
I am ticklish, but can I just say, I don't know if this is for all of women or what, but this is definitely how I feel. And I feel like this is more of like an immature, like kind of young love type situation, is when a guy is like, I guess it's flirting, I don't know, and they like just tickle you, and it's just so fucking annoying, because if you want to touch me, just touch me. Like, don't like poke my side, like I don't know. It's so fucking annoying, and I've always hated that ever since I was little, like 13, 14. Like, if you want to touch me, just be like, look, I want to get my hands on you. I want to touch you. Don't be poking me in the side. It's fucking annoying. Stop it. And that's something I'm passionate about.
I see that. Jesus Christ. I've always stuck with what I stuck with in preschool. If I want to flirt with a girl, I just walk up to her and kick her in the shin and call her a bitch and see what happens.
Oh my god. Were you in the principal's office a lot.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? You have no idea. Listen, and I want to talk about this next week. I meant to talk about it this week, but I forgot. I want to talk about being sexual at a young age, because I can tell you from the time that I can fucking remember, I would get boners, looking at my mom's friends. You know what I mean? Like, these beautiful women, and like, I can remember being a fucking kid. And when I was in preschool, I don't know if I was 3 or 4 years old, but when I was in preschool, I got in fucking trouble because during recess or whatever, I went in the toy shed and I made every fucking girl in that class line up outside the toy shed and come in one by one so I could kiss them. I got in trouble like a motherfucker for that. But I want to talk about that next week, because it kind of goes with all these chicks that are like humping pillows and all kind of inanimate objects start at a very young age. So I do want to cover that next week, but we'll move on for now.
Okay, to be continued. Do you always use protection? And do I make girls get tested regularly? Or do you make girls get tested regularly? I mean, I do all the time. But I don't. I don't use protection. And I don't believe in it. Wait, are we talking about just condoms? That's just where my mind goes. Like,
that's how I took it.
Because condoms I don't use. Okay, yeah, condoms I don't use. No, but I am on birth control. If we're gonna talk about like all levels of protection, then yes, I use birth control.
I feel like when they say protection, they're talking about protecting from STDs. That's how I take it, because I mean, you can take care of pregnancy. That's real easy.
The belly punching, we already covered that. We got it.
Yeah. So, do I always use protection? No, I don't. And, what I do in my life should not affect anybody else's life, but people always seem so interested in my dick and the protection, or lack thereof, that I use. I don't use protection. If I fuck a random girl that I don't know, or I do have a third world country rule. If I'm in a third world country, I always wear a condom. But my regulars that I sleep with, no, I don't use a condom. We have a level of trust. Hopefully they don't break that with me. And I don't make anybody do anything. And I don't expect anybody to try to make me do anything. So I know most chicks get tested, I would think, twice a year or so, at the very least. I've been lucky. I fuck with some chicks that I can trust, and I keep it moving. Stop worrying about my fucking dick all the time.
We had the clap at the same time. Remember that? Was that last year or the year before?
This year before, and I saw the girl this weekend.
Oh my God.
At a family function. I was like trying my hardest not.
Wait, are we talking incest? What's happening?
No. No. It was actually, my brother had a baby shower. Loser. And it's just a mutual friend. I'm not going to go into details.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't do it because I was good. So, anyway, I've always had regular sex and want to try more. Where should I start? That's all you.
Oh, me. Okay. My first, I think too much. My first problem is, what is regular sex? What are we considering to be regular sex?
Vanilla.
Okay. I think the best place to start is little things, like little baby steps, like
let them fuck you in the ass and then smack you across the face. See how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just jump right in there, do that.
At first.
But I think baby steps is the best way to go, like try like spanking or choking, like light choking, nothing crazy, and maybe like hair pulling, and just, if you like that, then you could like step it up more and more. Maybe degrading or name calling, and then just go with it. I mean, if you like it. If you don't like it, then I think that's the best way to do it. Is just little bit at a time. Or you could go head first, like you said.
I would suggest watching, get an idea of what what you think you're into. Start watching that type of porn. See if it turns you on. I would start there, because the opposite of vanilla is not just sub-dom. There's so many different fetishes and all kinds of shit out there. We can really only speak on where we come from, but I would say start there, and then good luck finding a guy that's willing to, experiment those things with you.
Yeah, I mean, basically everything, being in all the technology that we are in now, you're into something, you want to try it. I bet you anything you can find a community somewhere online. You can find someone near you that's like willing to do it.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be hard.
No, it wouldn't. Although, a lot of women hit me up and they're like, this guy won't choke me, or he's scared to hurt me. If she's telling you to fucking hurt her.
I actually can agree with that. I've experienced that a lot with guys that aren't doms. They aren't even okay with like pulling my hair or like slapping me across the face. Like they freak out or they get really scared, or they just can't do it. Like they just cannot do it, and I can't do it either with you ever again.
I will smack the shit out of you. Just for the record. And it will give me a boner.
Ooh. Okay. Why do you masturbate before dick appointments? That's very easy.
I'm assuming that this is something you put out there, because I'm curious to know the answer to this too.
No, yeah, I did. I think it was one of my hoe tips was to masturbate before a dick appointment. And that's because if it's like a dick appointment and you've never, like, it's a new guy, you've never like been with him before or whatever, if you masturbate before, no matter what, you got off that night. Even if he sucks, you got off. It doesn't matter. That's the main reason why I do it. Right there, bottom line. You already got off, so you're going in winning already.
I guess that would have to be for somebody you're sleeping with for the first time. I have chicks that I sleep with. I won't let them get off for 4 or 5 days before they see me. Will not let them get off. And I'll fucking torture them. I will sex, and I hate sexting. I'm just lazy. I will sex them all fucking week.
Oh, I'm the worst sexter, but you know that.
I'm quite amazing at it. Sex tapes with significant others, yes or no, and why? I record everyone I fuck. If I fuck you and I don't record you, I don't want record of ever having fucked you. And that's just a fact.
I think sex tapes are fine, but obviously you need consent from both parties. Do not film a girl if you didn't tell her about it. She needs to know. So I think it's fine as long as you have the consent, and just remember, like, if it is like with your boyfriend or husband or something, that if for one day you guys aren't together anymore, it's still out there, and if he wanted, he could put it out there, and just something to think about. Make sure you're doing it with someone that you can trust or whatever.
The laws on that shit are so strong these days. Yeah, I mean, it's something to worry about, but I mean, anybody that would put something like that out there like that is stupid as shit. You're just looking for trouble for yourself, to be honest. And significant others, I guess that could end badly for anyone, but I say go for it. I have tapes from, well over 10 years ago from camcorders that I still have. Nobody's going to see them but me. Shut up. I say go for it. So anyway, we're going to leave it at that for this week, and I want to let you go ahead and plug your shit real quick.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram. Yes, sir, daddy, sir, all underscores. Same on Twitter and Facebook, but Snapchat is yes, sir, underscore daddy, sir.
You can find me at yourfuckboy.com. I'm not plugging any social media. They can kiss my fucking ass. Keep the questions and stories coming in. They're fucking great. We love answering them, and I love reading the stories. Y'all are comically out of control. And we'll be back next week with another episode. You want to wrap up real quick?
Oh, yeah. Just like I always say, sweet dreams, nighty night. Dream of that pussy being tight.
And remember, always be a good girl for daddy.